Welcome everybody to Memorial Stadium. It is match day 12, and in today's matchup is between the visiting Scarborough Red Storm and your Deering Rams. And we have a great match here on this Saturday morning.
And we recently saw the Scarborough team play against Portland, and that was a great game over at Scarborough. And, you have one team that's I'm not sure what the standings are for Scarborough and Deering, but Deering is playing now to, stay in a playoff spot. And so they'll make this game pretty tough.
Yeah, Deering's looking to crack that top four to get a first-round bye. Scarborough currently the fourth seed, and most likely the top two seeds are already clinched by Wyndham and Falmouth, and so Deering will try to get into that top four. Scarborough looking to keep their top four seed, but both of these teams during their season have had wildly different routes to get to today's game. For Scarborough, they started off with 4-0, had a little rough patch, 1-1-1, but their last three, they are undefeated, 3-0. And so they come in with a record of 8 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie.
Yeah, and, it's crazy because last night we filmed the Portland-Wyndham boys soccer game, and both of those teams came in at 8-1-1, I believe. And, Wyndham coming out with a 2-1 win against Portland. And so all of these teams were 8-1-1 this late in the season. Really shows you how well soccer is in this area and how tough teams can be.
And on the other side, Deering having a slow start. They started off 1 win, 3 losses, and 1 tie. But in their last 6, they are 6 for 6 with wins. And so they're going to try to make it 7. Their record right now is 7 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie. But when you are the defending Class A South champions, it's your title until someone takes it away from you. So every team still has to play Deering, no matter what their record is. This team is the best, and they showed it last year, and they're going to try to prove it again this year.
Well, and as you said, with how many wins they've had in a row, so they're on the upswing, and Falmouth Scarborough, as good as they are, they can't sleep on this team because this team is now starting to put things together.
And so last game for Deering, they had a shaky end to the game. They were leading 3-0 and allowed 2 goals to make it a 3-2 final. And so Deering's going to have to figure out how to get the lead early and keep it, not allowing this Scarborough team to get momentum. But on the other hand, Scarborough coming off of a mercy rule game, they won 9-1 over Massabesic. So including these games, Deering has 3 left, and Scarborough has 4. And so there is still chance for some movement in the standings. But we'll see who comes out on top in this one between the Rams and Red Storm. And we'll be back for player introductions and the national anthem.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the sunny, windswept Memorial Field, home of your Deering High School Rams. The Deering boys soccer program would like to welcome our visitors, the Red Storm from Scarborough High School. Let's begin with the visitors' lineups. Number 5, Pape Ose. Number 7, Matthew Colonna. Number 8, Ibrahim Jabril. Number 9, Denver Bachman. Number 10, Santana Diaz. Number 11, Khalil Gaucher. Number 13, Cooper Millar. Number 14, Matthew Booth. Number 15, Finn Coburn. Number 16, EJ Herrick. Number 23, Carter Blanche. And in net for the Red Storm, number 1, Seamus Corey. The head coach for the Scarborough Red Storm is Mark Diaz. And now the starters for your Deering High School Rams. Number 2, senior captain Luke Newell. Number 8, senior Alberto Lucas Beata. Number 9, senior captain Peter Sargent. Number 11, senior captain Ethan Fisher. Number 12, junior Flavio Masinga. Number 13, junior Cristiano Alfonso. Number 16, junior Ibrahim Abdullahi. Number 17, senior Augusto Daniel. Number 20, junior Guillermo Jose. Number 28, sophomore Samuel Almeida. And in net for the Rams today, freshman number 55, Lyndon McCullough. The Rams are coached by Joel Kosky. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise and face the open end of the memorial field as we honor America and those who defend her with the playing of our national anthem.
And here we go for the start of the game. Deering does not have their starting goaltender. So they are starting Lyndon McAuliffe. It's kept in. Scarborough moving it towards the center. And it's going to be a throw in for Deering.
And I'll try to, with the sun's directly in my eyes in the camera, so I'm going to kind of do wide shots until the sun moves in a different direction.
It was a free kick, so that was a foul. Deering will get the throw in. Minute down in the first half.
Well, and Scarborough, knowing that they're facing a backup goalie, they're going to try to play a little bit more aggressive But that could also not be a good thing if they bring too many players up and allows Daring to get back on a quick play. So it's a good and a bad thing.
Well, and this is a good test for Deering because injuries do happen. And so we'll see if, with a change of goalkeeper, if they can still keep their momentum. It's Maller in the middle, taken away by Abdullahi.
Well, and the thing is that it may be, I think he said a freshman goalkeeper, but if you're good enough to make it on the varsity team as a freshman, chances are you're going to be okay in goal.
It's out wide to Daniel. They're going to put it to the far side of the field. Abdullahi trying to get it up the field, taken away. It's Daniel out wide. Back to Sargent. And
just a hair too hard. You could see a play develop, and it just fell apart.
It's Bachman trying to get it up the field. Bachman trying to head it down, but it fell to a Scarborough foot. And the pass was picked off by Falona into the corner for Maller, and it goes over the line, so it's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, you could see that the Daring player was waiting on the ball, and the Scarborough player, knowing he had plenty of time, came in and stole it.
It's a short goal kick. They're going to work out of the back. Sargent having space to work. And Sargent having space to move into the middle. And Abdullahi couldn't get the pass. In space, Bachman trying to get it up the field.
Yeah, and you could see early choppy play here.
Booth will bring it to the near side. Gosha, and it's taken away. And it's going to be an offsides on Cooper Maller. 5 minutes down in the first half. Daniel will track back, taken away by Maller, and booted down the field by Gosha.
And with this wind blowing pretty high, if you kick a ball too high up into the air, chances are it's going to end up blowing away from who your intended target is. So they need to keep the ball as close to the field as possible on their passes.
Fisher will put it into the corner, trying to get it to Alfonso.
And we're having over 20-mile-an-hour gust here this morning. It's a beautiful, beautiful October, crisp, hot day today.
And Abdullahi will get the ball back. Fisher and gets tripped. So Deering will have a chance at a free kick close to the goal.
Yeah, just outside the 18-yard box.
And ball being moved back a little bit. There's a 4-man wall. It's chipped over and it hits the football post. So it's going to be a goal kick for Scarborough. Under 33 minutes left to go in the first half.
Well, and the good thing about it hitting up there is that ball would have made it outside the stadium and out to the street. So no one's going to have to chase that one down.
It's up to Booth. Falona trying to get it up the sideline. It goes out of bounds.
Well, you can see Scarborough starting to put something together here with their passes. So Darren's going to have to be careful.
Fisher will head it to Abdullahi and taken away by Falona. It's up to Maller. Maller will cross it in. And it was Booth who tried to stop the ball and almost fell over it.
Yeah, both players had to stop on a dime, and they fell down at the same time. No foul.
Fisher will get it up, trying to get it to Alfonso, but it rolls too far in front. Jabril will cross sides of the field. It's taken away by Ada. Taking his time, Daniel. And Jabril is right there in the lane of the pass. We'll get it to Gosha.
Yeah, you can see what the intention is. It's just the ball's not getting there.
It's headed out. So a throw in taken quickly. It's crossed in there. Deering can't quite get it out. Bachman and ball is still in play. That's out of pressure.
Yeah, that was just a safety, get it out of there.
Sargent. It's out to the sideline. And Bayada pressuring the ball, forcing Blanche to have to kick it out. 29.5 minutes to go in the first half. It is 0-0 between the Rams and Red Storm. And Bayada will get the pass. Fisher laying it off for Abdullahi. And Gosha taking that away. It's Sargent. Abdullahi taking his time, crossing it to Daniel. Daniel spinning around. Two Scarborough players there. Gosha on his hip. forcing the ball backwards. Deering will look to get out of the pressure. It's Gosha with the ball. And it's going to be a foul on Deering. Coburn will boot it into the pile of players near the penalty box. It's headed to Blanche, but he'll watch it go out. And we're going to get some substitutes for both teams. Under 28 minutes to go in the first half.
Into the lineup, number 6, Connor Casey, number 16, EJ Merrick.
And Deering's done a great job at letting their freshman goalkeeper settle into this game, keeping the ball far away. Fisher and Jabril with a battle. Jabril wins that for Scarborough. It's over everyone's head. And it's in the back of the net. So Corey Casey scores the opening goal for Scarborough.
Yeah, that was tough. The turnover and the ball getting in between the Deering players. And you can't let this Scarborough team get a nice clean shot like that on your backup goalie.
So Deering's going to have to get back in this one. But we still have a long way to go until that clock hits 0 in the second half. But they're going to need to minimize the goals. Gosha will try to cross it in. Newell will kick it up the field. Blanche. And it's a great chance for Scarborough. Scarborough now having all the pressure, and that soars all the way
into
over the net.
Yeah, Scarborough now can feel it, that they've got the momentum going in that direction.
And an easy save by the Deering goalkeeper. McAuliffe booting it up. Scarborough bringing it back towards the net. It rolls out of bounds. 25.5 minutes to go in the first half. And a foul on Scarborough.
Yeah, the referee's like, no, 4 yards back. I mean, in soccer, there's a lot of leeway with the ball, but when the referee says that's where it needs to go, that's where it needs to go.
And Scarborough keeping the ball. Maller will get to it. And it's going to be a foul just on the end line. Deering will have the throw. Bayada slips, but kicks it off of Blanche out of bounds. And it's going to be a corner for Deering. It's the first corner of the game. Deering's going to need a good chance on this one. It's Ethan Fisher, but he's kicking into the wind, so he's going to have to kick it hard enough to get it towards the net. It does. Jabril heading it out momentarily. And it's going to be a foul on Deering. Taken quickly. And kicked out by Jose. Coburn will boot it in. It's low. It's Sargent heading it out. Bayada trying to get it up the field. Jabril will take it away. And too far out in front.
Yeah, you can see Scarborough just swarming the ball and causing Deering to not do what they need to do to get the ball up.
Just over 21 minutes to go in the first half.
Entering the match, Rio Rams is number 30, Alberto Castellano. In return, number 17, Augusto.
And during this little stoppage here, the Deering coach repositioning players, moving some up, moving some back.
And it's going to be a Deering throw at... No, it was a foul on Scarborough. Just at the halfway line. And off of Almeida. Boot it up. And great footwork to get that out of pressure by Masinga.
And this is where Deering needs to take all this opportunity, all of the Scarborough players being up on the field.
Daniel will cut back. Will get around the defense. And it was off of a Scarborough player. Bayada to Sargent. And Jabril taking it away. And it's going to be McAuliffe running up to it. Almada. It falls to and the pass was way too light. Trying to get it to Castellano.
Yeah, Darren needs to work on that because you can't be given opportunities on the other side of the field away by not connecting those passes.
It's Fisher trying to get it into the corner to Daniel. And Deering wins the throw. 17.5 to go in the first half. Going to be a long throw. And nothing there for Deering. Deering will win another throw.
About the same spot. Let's see if they do anything different.
And a throw violation on Deering.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Returning for Scarborough, number 9, Denver Bachman, number 14, Finn Coburn.
And Newell trying to get it out. It rolls out for a Scarborough throw.
Well, we have a really good-sized crowd here for a Saturday on both sides.
Long throw. Deering not quite out. It's Bayada and Fisher can't bring it down.
Yeah, see, Deering's got to capitalize on those because Scarborough's got so many players up there trying to score a goal. They need a good connection going the other direction, and it'll be free and easy to the net.
High in the air. Sargent can't bring it down. No one has possession of it. It's finally kicked back out. It's brought down by Booth.
Beautiful back heel, but intercepted by Deering.
And Jabril taking the ball away. Deering with space to work. And a great block of the pass, but Deering keeping the ball. And Osei, once again, there to intercept the pass. Booted down. Deering has not been able to get anything up the field with quality.
It has been a struggle.
It is Diaz getting it up to Bachman. Blanche out wide. Booth will cross it in. And McAuliffe falling on top of it.
A little shaky, but he got it.
It's taken away momentarily.
Ooh.
And a hard foul.
Oh, he's getting right up. Yeah, that no intention there at all. It just, that's sometimes what happens when two players are going up to try to get the ball.
Fisher and Jabril taking the ball away. Bachman. Blanche. And Castellano taking it away, giving it back to Deering. And it's a shot wide by Abdullahi.
Entering into the lineup, the Red Storm is number 27, Angelo Doman. Returning the Iran, number 36, Antonio Luan.
And Deering was trying to get something going, but Almeida couldn't quite bring it down on his foot.
And the referee having a discussion with a Deering player. No yellow card, but I think he's warning him about pushing.
Bayada kicking it up. And it's kicked up.
Well, that's very fortunate for Deering that there weren't too many Scarborough players down there, because the goalie was forced to go out there and kick the ball himself.
And it's going to be a card. The clock is stopped. Yeah, it's going to be a card. It is on Peter Sargent. So Scarborough having a chance.
Number 16, Ibrahim Abdullahi.
Three players around the ball. Jabril, Bachman, can't quite see the number of the third player. It was Gomez was the third player, but Deering able to keep that from being any more than it was.
Yeah, that's, when you're setting up a wall like that and you can't use your hands to protect yourself, you just hope that it doesn't hit a vulnerable part of your body when you're jumping.
So under 10 minutes to go in the first half. And was Abdullahi up to Daniel. Blanche back to Booth. Booth able to get around. And Bayada there. Up to Daniel. Bayada with speed, but having to slow down with a group of Scarborough players. Bayada moving up. And Jabril will intercept it and kick it out.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate pass there. After all that hard work of moving the ball up. And Sargent back in with a yellow card, so he's going to have to be very careful.
Fisher with Jabril. That took a deflection. Gomez will get to it. And couldn't quite get it to go on that spin, Alfonso.
And that would have been a beautiful move, too.
And the wind starting to pick up again. Bachman, it's getting...
Yeah, and this is, with the wind picking up, you definitely don't want to be lifting the ball up too high on any of your passes.
It's in no man's land. It ends up falling to Fisher, but taken away. Bachman kicking it up towards Booth. And great play by Masenga to put a body between the ball and Booth to get a throw in for Deering. 6.5 to go.
Now Deering's got to move it up quick. A lot of Scarborough players down on their side. See what they can do.
Sargent getting it up.
Oh, too hard off the foot.
Sargent can't quite keep it. Bachman getting it to Gomez. Gomez keeping the ball. And Bachman will get the pass from Gomez in the middle of the field. Fisher, now Deering having a breakaway chance. And Jabril taking that away.
Some good hard play, no fouls.
And it's going to be a foul on Scarborough.
Until then. But referees are definitely letting them play a little physical, calling fouls when they need to.
Just over 5 minutes to go. Fisher. It's Abdullahi. All the way up. Abdullahi able to get to it. And a hard pass close to Alfonso. And goes right off of him out of bounds.
Number 10, Santana Diaz. Number 13, Cooper Mallard. And into the lineup for your Rangers. Number 26, Alex Chikaiza.
It's to the near side. Bayada with great misdirection. Able to get it up to Abdullahi. Sargent. Over to Fisher. And
Yeah, just a split second away.
3 minutes to go. Deering, even if they can't score, getting momentum going into the second half would be important. Sargent. And rolls out of bounds. Newell doing just enough to prevent the breakaway.
Yeah, it was just that close, too. And to not foul is pretty good, too. Play that tough. Don't foul.
And it's going to be a throw. No, it's going to be a foul on Scarborough. Minute and 12 on the clock. Bayada will boot it in there.
Last minute and a half, last minute.
Gotta go quick. And nothing there. "30 seconds. Sargent out wide to Cooper. Sargent shooting and just over the net.
Oh, my gosh. Whoa.
2-1, and the horn will sound. So that is the end of the first half.
And you know how many goals we've seen scored with less than 15 seconds ago in this season with the games we've covered. We almost saw another one.
Yeah, I mean, and I think with the freshman goalkeeper, Deering's had to play back more, and they haven't been able to get up the field, and so they haven't been able to get many chances towards the net. And so,
yeah, that part's been tough because, you know, they really had to, you know, play that safety spot, like you said, with their backup goalie in there and not allowing Scarborough to get too close, which, you know, does change a game a lot.
yeah, Scarborough has definitely been playing the better of the two teams, but during the last 5-10 minutes put some chances together, so they're going to hope to build on that for the second half.
Yeah, and Sargent almost scoring. You know, that was pretty amazing because if that would have just snuck in, it would have changed everything, and Scarborough would have went into the half thinking all of the hard work they put in was undermined in a second. But, yeah, Darren, what I could say is Darren needs to make that passes a little bit more crisp. The ball seems to be coming off their shoes a little hard, and they need to deaden the ball a little bit. They don't need to clean up much, but they need to make some of their transitions a little bit smoother.
Yeah. So the score line, it's 1-0 Scarborough thanks to the goal from Connor Casey. Peter Sargent did pick up a yellow, but other than that, Deering's kept it pretty clean so far in the first half. But we'll see if Deering can mount a comeback or if Scarborough can keep their lead. And we'll be back for second half action. And here we go for the start of the second half. 40 more minutes on the clock. Deering needing a goal to get back into this. And it's out of bounds on Scarborough. We'll see what Deering talked about, but they're going to have to move the ball better up the field and take a little bit of risks.
Yeah, I mean, the communication needs to be there. The spacing also needs to be there. They can't have too many players all in the same spot. They got to be able to move the ball.
It's over the head, up in the air. It falls to Sargent. Fisher, bring it towards the sideline, and slips. Bachman will get the ball, but Fisher doing just enough. And a great save by
man.
McAuliffe.
Wow. Totally stretched out on that one. Well, there you go. Well,
it's Cross trying to get it to Abdullahi.
and no one's there.
Yeah, Deering's going to have to take more risks going up the field. It's into the corner. Jabril. No, that was Osei was there to boot it out. It falls to Lohan. Bachman will get the loose ball. It's Gosha will cross it in and over the head of everybody. And it's going to be a throw.
Yeah, that definitely, even though the corner flag is down, you could definitely see it went across the sideline and not the end line.
Brill will get the ball back. And Deering couldn't quite keep it. Long range shot. And McAuliffe easily saving that. Under 36 minutes to go in this game. Fisher will get it up. And it's out of bounds for a goal kick.
Just a little out of reach. Deering's got to tighten up some of those passes.
Fisher taking it away. And is that a penalty? It is. Deering will get a chance at a penalty kick. So we'll see if Deering can capitalize on this. So Ethan Fisher is going to be the recipient to take the penalty.
And the Deering players have to be prepared for the ball being blocked and rush the net if that happens.
So Samish Corey hasn't had to do much in this game. We'll see if he's ready. And he is. Fisher! And it's saved. Fisher had a second shot at it. And that just shows you how good Corey is.
Wow. Man, oh man. And that's what I was talking about, the deflection. You got to be prepared for that.
And that goes wide.
Wow. And almost a serious mistake on the other side.
Newell kicked it off of Maller, and it's going to be a goal kick. So this score remains 1-0.
Well, we already see the. At first, you thought the MVP was going to be the goal scorer for Scarborough, but I think that's changed now. We definitely see it's the goalie.
Fisher will try to get it in there, and too hard. Deering now getting opportunities up the field.
Yeah, opportunities and goal scoring are two things that are very different. And if the Scarborough goalie continues to play like that, Darren's going to have one golden boot at some point.
Deering trying to get it up. Almeida passing it back. Going to switch sides of the field. And the pass was a little offline. Fisher will get it back, holding off Bachman. And it was a foul on Deering. It's taken quickly, and McAuliffe easily getting to that. Bayada getting it to Fisher. And that one doesn't find a Deering foot. Bayada. Almeida. And that one can't get to Daniel.
Yeah, that one was easily intercepted. You can't have those ones.
And the difference between the passing for Scarborough and the passing for Deering, Scarborough able to kick it hard enough and to get to a Scarborough foot, whereas Deering's passes have been offline.
And they've been telegraphed, and Scarborough's able to step in.
Fisher has space. It's up. And it's going to be a foul on Deering.
Yeah, there was a conversation about the fact that the Scarborough player lowered his head pretty far down to try to head it, and the Deering player went to go boot it, and it could have been a nasty collision. And, you know, we see that all the time in football with helmet to helmet. When someone lowers their head and they're hit by the defender, and it's called a defenseless hit on the player, but he lowered his head down close to the feet. That's never a good thing.
Deering putting a good chance. Almeida will shoot it in there, and no hand. It's over Sargent. Sargent will fight for the ball. Takes a deflection, and Blanche booting it down. And Bayada couldn't quite get there. Falls to Sargent. Sargent will get it. And it's an offsides by Alfonso.
Yeah, one of the very fine passing attempts to get the ball in there, and it just didn't work.
Free kick taken by Coburn. And that's headed. Almeida will win it for Deering. Almeida able to get through the defense. And that's going to be a throw-in for Deering.
Well, and now Deering's starting to get a little bit more flow.
Returning for Scarborough, number 8, Ibrahim Jibril. And for your Rams, number 17, Augusto Daniel. And number 30, Alberto Castellano.
Abdullahi. It's hit in there. And booted high into the air. Bayada will get it towards the middle of the field and taken away. And Scarborough able to put a little bit of pressure and Newell having to kick it out.
Yeah, that's too bad to do a defensive play kicking the ball out, because that allows Scarborough to move their team up.
It's cross sides of the field, but Booth there to pick it off. Blanche will boot it towards the sideline. Does it have enough momentum to get out? No, it's saved by Booth. Fisher keeping it in. Taken away by Gosha. Fisher now has some space to work with. Gosha closing that quickly. Bayada, Abdullahi, and too much up the field.
Yeah, they had a player heading right down the middle if they could have just got it to his foot.
Sargent will get it in the middle of the field. And taken away by Jibril.
Yeah, that's too easy of a steal. That can't happen.
And Newell able to get it out of pressure. Fisher able to get speed, crossing it in, and Deering wins a corner.
All right, looks like they're starting to put something together.
.24 minutes to go in this game. It's short. It's fell to Booth. Bayada not able to keep it in.
Returning for Scarborough, number 6, Connor Casey.
All it's going to take for Deering is to score a goal. Alfonso. Sargent with a long-range shot, but it's right to Corey.
Yeah. And as good as we've seen him play, you can't be hitting it directly at him.
To the corner. And Maller able to keep it around the defender. It's chipped. Gosha. Newell able to get around. It's up to Alfonso. Alfonso with space. Alfonso cutting in. And it's going to be another corner. The wind is picking up a little bit. It's going to be kicked with the wind. And Sargent not able to get there. Casey getting it to Bachman.
Yeah, that's too bad.
And it's crossed in and out of bounds. And that wind is wreaking havoc on the crosses towards the far side of the field.
Returning for Scarborough, number 10, Santana Diaz, and number 14, Matthew Booth. Into the lineup for your Rams is number 33, Alexander Almeida.
But you have that feeling that Deering is just one pass away from scoring a goal. I mean, they've been putting a lot of pressure on this half.
And Newell will get in the way. And Scarborough gets a foul. Under 20 minutes to go in this game. And the wind.
Wow.
You could see that ball die right in the air. Now the wind is blowing from right to left.
No one there to get the ball.
And picked up by McAuliffe. Bayada bringing it up. Will boot it down the field. Out wide to Fisher. Fisher taking his time. Back to Bayada. It's in the corner by Almeida.
Oh, not hard enough.
Abdullahi coming in and can't quite keep it in.
Yeah, you can see how frustrated he is right there.
Returning for the Red Storm is number 11, Khalil Gaucher.
Bayada holding off Gaucher. And Fisher loses it. Picked up by Masenga. Abdullahi. And Daniel couldn't get it back to Abdullahi. Jabril getting the... Newell kicking it off of Casey to win during the throw. It's booted up. Almeida will stop. And it's taken away by Diaz. Sargent will take it in space. Sargent will cross it in.
Oh.
It falls to Almeida, who shoots it. And it's wide.
Yeah, you could see what Sargent was trying to do, and it just didn't get there.
Returning for your Rams is number 25, Alfonso De Jesus.
Newell keeping the ball in place. Jabril. And it's going to roll out. The pass was intended to Connor Casey. A little too far out in front. And Gosha couldn't quite bring it down. Not quite out.
Yeah, the Scarborough player, his eyes lit up like the 4th of July thinking, I got a free run, but the ball would not cooperate with him at all.
15 minutes to go. It is 1-0. Red Storm over the Rams. And it takes a deflection and into the back of the net. And
wow.
That goal was scored by Khalil Gaucher. So he gets a chance back.
Oh, is he the one that I referenced about the eyes lighting up?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, that's a tough one. The goalie jumps, and the distance between the crossbar and your fingertips is not a lot, but the ball just happened to make it through. Now Darren's in a tough spot.
Deering's going to have to now put on all the pressure. if they want to get back into this game, and they're going to have to score soon.
Yeah, it's going to be everybody up front, but then you run the risk of Scarborough doing a nice pass down the middle and having a guy run up there and get a free shot on your goalie. So it's going to be tough.
Yeah, Deering's going to have to put numbers up down the field.
Yeah, they got to play with a little bit more risk. But you're playing against a tough team.
Up to Alfonso. Bayada will get it up to Abdullahi and Jabril there. And McAuliffe there, under 13 to go. Sargent, the ball was behind him. Newell can't quite get it out. And not sure what that was intended, but taken away by Falona. And now Scarborough going up the field. It's Booth. Will cross it to Falona. And an easy save for McAuliffe.
Well, and that's what I'm talking about. Darren's got to play with a little reckless abandonment. But Scarborough right there showed you what you need to be careful of.
It's a Deering throw. Bayada. And the wind is picking up again.
Yeah, and that's going to, at this point of the game, is going to wreak havoc with passing. Anything in the air is going to end up going not where you want it to go. And did they get a yellow card? I mean, the ref is talking to the coach, and the player came off, so I wonder if it was a yellow card. Well, the clock did stop, so.
It's a throw-in for Scarborough, 11 minutes to go. Taken quickly, Newell having to kick it out.
Yeah, now Scarborough moving the ball up the field, and Scarborough can sort of feel that this game is going in their direction, but they're not giving up on trying for more goals.
And there is tons of space. Sargent bringing it down, getting it to Fisher. It's out wide to Alfonso. Alfonso keeping it in. Fisher will track back to it, handing it off to Castellano. Sargent with Bachman on his hip. Castellano with space will put it in there, and it's out of pressure for Scarborough momentarily. Bayada, Sargent. And the shot is wide.
Yeah, first legitimate shot in a while.
Just over 8.5 to go in the game. It's thrown into the corner. Gosha and Castellano getting it to Newell. And the shot is over the net by Maller. And couldn't quite get to Fisher. It's booted out.
Yeah, and at this point, Scarborough, unless they're given an opportunity to score a goal, is more than happy to just boot the ball all over the field.
Gosha will head it down to 3 Deering defenders there. And we have a Scarborough player down. Deering having to go.
Yeah. You know, and unfortunately right there, that was an unforced error trying to get the ball up the field, but now it's a throw-in.
So Deering having a substitution.
You know, and unfortunately, that wasted about 20 seconds trying to get a player on and off the field.
Deering's going to win another throw. Under 6 minutes to go. And it's crossed in there. Newell getting it out. Kept in by Masinga. Space. Brought down. And it's a goal kick.
Yeah, and you can hear the coach for Deering hollering about the wind. When you kick it up there, it's going to make it a 50-50 ball, and you don't want that at this time of the game. You got to make some good, crisp passes.
Gosha will cross it, and it's going to go out of bounds. Under 4.5 to go.
Oh.
Fisher now has it with space. It's out to Almeida. And a great tackle by Jabril to get it down the field. 3.5 to go.
Yeah, a little too hard for Scarborough. Had a guy on sides ready to take the ball down.
Fisher. Sargent. Get it to Alfonso. And the cross hits the wind. Jabril takes it away.
Yeah, that play was telegraphed. And it looks like Scarborough's willing to play like zone defense at this point.
Yeah, with a two-goal lead, Deering's going to have to put everybody up, and that's what Scarborough is willing to take. And the throw, that's not what you want.
Returning to the lineup for your Rams, number 16, Ibrahim Abdullahi.
And that was fortunate for Deering. Fisher. Daniel. And it's booted out. It's under 2 to go. And now it would have been a 2-on-1. And that's going to be we'll see what.
Is that a yellow card? It is.
It is a yellow card on Luke Newell.
Yeah, because the Scarborough player was potentially having a nice clear shot at the goal. And sometimes closer to the net, that could be almost a red card.
Minute and 43 seconds on the clock. But in the long run, these games will test you for the tournament. whether you play at home or on the road, it doesn't matter. You're going to have to play one of these top teams. And so it's always a good thing if you're going to lose in the regular season rather than losing in the tournament.
Well, and getting to see Scarborough this late in the season and knowing what you're potentially up against if you meet them in the playoffs.
And 1 minute to go. And so Deering will lose this game. And McAuliffe, we'll see if Deering can get anything, but it's taken away by Maller. And 30 seconds to go. $15. And the horn will sound for the end of this game. Final score in this one is Scarborough 2, Deering 0. And
yeah, it's a tough game here for Deering. Playing a really good team in Scarborough, and Scarborough just smothered any Deering attempt at potential goal scoring. And I don't know if Deering really got more than one, maybe two scoring attempts on the Scarborough goalie, but I don't know.
Yeah, Deering was having a tough test with Jack Borland being out, but Lyndon McAuliffe did the best he could in terms of a freshman goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, the two goals that were scored by Scarborough would have been tough for any starting goalie to save. One was a shot that he couldn't reach off towards the corner, and the other one was, he jumped and it went between his fingertips and the crossbar. I don't know what you're supposed to do unless you're, 7 foot tall. It would have been tough for anyone to stop that. But he did stop one towards the end of the game, same type of play, but it wasn't as tall as the one that went in the net.
So the lone goal in the second half was scored by Khalil Gaucher, but I want to say that Seamus Corey definitely is the star of the game. That if that penalty went in, it would have been 1-1, and I think the game would have changed. But with that save, it almost deflated anything Deering had going for him.
Well, and not only that, it was two saves. It was the penalty kick, the ball come off, and then the player for Deering got another shot at him, and he made another great save. So it did change this whole complexion of the game, because at that point, maybe Scarborough would have played differently than what they did. They played, like a zone defense and just played keep away with Deering.
Yeah, Deering with a tough one. It does not get any easier for them. They travel to Gorham in their next game. Scarborough, their next game is at Noble, but the final score in this one is Red Storm 2, Rams 0. saying so long. This has been a production of WPPS TV3 Portland Public Schools. Saying good night.
Thank you very much for watching.